Hello again, and thank you for taking a moment with Mel. Today, we are going to talk about childhood trauma. There was a time when we didn't realize how much children remember. There was a time that we thought that children are resilient without any interventions. If they have something significant happen to them when they are young, that because of the fact that they're so young, they won't remember, and as they grow, it's not going to be as much of an impact on them and their lives. I stand as a witness that that is not true. I stand as a witness that somewhere deep inside, that if not addressed, those bad memories, those hurt, those pains, they're there just under the surface, and if triggered, they float up like a wave. My first earthly father was murdered 1 week before my third birthday. That was before we knew how important it was for us to have mental health support, especially when we have children that experience traumatic events. My second earthly father came into my life when I was 5 years old. When I was about 19 years old, my mom and I were in church, and there was a hymn that started playing. Had some feelings start to come up in me, and then as we went through the different verses of the hymn, I became more and more overwhelmed with a feeling of sadness and a feeling of grief. I started crying uncontrollably. I couldn't even stay in church anymore. I had to go outside, and I was outside of church, and I was just sobbing, and I was just overcome with grief. Not only the fact that I was overcome by it, but just the fact that I didn't even understand what was going on. My mom came out after a while because I hadn't come back into church to check on me. And she was asking me, "Are you okay?" I said, "I don't know, Mom. I can't stop crying. I don't know what's going on." And she said, "Don't you remember that song?" And I said, "No, Mommy, I don't remember the song." She said, "That was the song that they were playing at your dad's funeral. They played it at your dad's funeral, and also on the radio that weekend, it played a lot." So that is where that feeling was coming from. It was deep down inside of me, but with just those chords being played and me starting to sing that song, that wave came up and overwhelmed me. The poem Relay is about the race that was started by my first earthly father and that had to be finished by my second earthly father. Remember, not only do we have to decrease the adversity that our children go through, but when it comes, we have to put mechanisms in place around them so that they can have a buffer system. We have to be good buffers.